look who it is, dressed like there's a funeral to attend.
I truly, if you did not hear me comment on this before.
You do look great.
Thank you, so do you, but
Thanks.
I was cackling when I walked into the building because I saw Tiffany and I was like, girl, we are not gonna match today.
It feels like we should be in Hawaii today.
Well, I honestly should. We are way above average for this time of year, and you probably know that if you've stepped outside at any point. Tiffany obviously knew that. And look, I did too. I just refuse to dress for it. I am boycotting the heat. That's just where we're at. I like cool weather. I just want to wear a sweater. Is that so much to ask? Apparently Mother Nature thinks so. Here's the deal. Satellite and radar showing you we do have a storm off the Atlantic all the way out to the east there. That's not bothering us at all, and neither is anything else really, unless you're like me and you want it to be a little chillier, but I can't complain too much. It is still beautiful out today. You can see we're just seeing some clouds on satellite and radar, nothing too exciting, and that's the way it's been, and honestly, that's the way it's gonna be. You can see a beautiful blue sky right now, some clouds high there in the sky, but that's really about it. Temperatures way above where they should be, even still, even now that we've passed our highs. You can see we're in the upper 60s in Providence, 68 degrees, 67 in Smithfield, Newport 68, and even 65 right now in Block Island. Even that's too warm. We should be in the low 60s for your high temperatures, and we should be in the low 50s for your low temperatures. Now just wait, this is where things change, I think, for the better. If you like the warm weather, I'm gonna get hate mail for saying that, but that's okay. All right, here you go, 42 as we move overnight. What's happening here is we have a nice flow of air out of the north. That northerly air is still dry, but quite cool. So it's going to really send temperatures back down to the point where by tomorrow, we're actually going to be very close to the average. 63 degrees is your high temperature tomorrow in Providence, mostly sunny and not as windy as we've been seeing. Let's take a wider view, and you can see the low 60s is really where it's at tomorrow. A couple spots like North Kingstown in the upper 50s, even Worcester if you're heading back up into the Worcester Hills, maybe across the state line in the upper 50s as well. Looking at Smithfield at 60 tomorrow. Again, Providence, I'm giving you 63. Newport 58, a little more chill out by the water, but that's really all it is. Now, what happens next? I mentioned the fact that it was going to stay pretty darn dry, and I'd like to think that I'm not a liar. Let me show you what's happening here on Futurecast. You can see we actually do have an area of low pressure back to the west. It's going to sweep across the Great Lakes, but it's really not that strong. So what's going to happen is we're going to get another round of the chill, but we're not going to get any rain as a result of this area. This front's just not powerful enough, and there's not enough moisture to send our way. So couple clouds, little chill, more of that air from the north, and that's about it. Now, that might be really nice for the sake of your plans heading into the weekend, but it is a little bit of an issue when it comes to our water here for the month of October. We haven't seen a full inch of rain here in the month of October. We should have seen more than 3 inches by this point in the month. But the good thing is it's all about perspective, right? We're way over our rainfall totals for the whole year. So in summary, it's been a wet year, but a dry fall. That has led us to some genuinely dry and even verging on drought conditions here. You can see the drought monitor updated as of 2 days ago. It happens every Thursday, or every week, I should say, and comes out on Thursday. So this is the most updated version here across southern New England, showing you that, yeah, those dry conditions are starting to pile up, and we could actually use a couple drips and drops. We're not getting them, though. Now, the one thing I will say is we are past peak in terms of our leaves, which in terms of the timing of our lack of rain, it's not such a bad thing because summertime drought can actually create worse foliage conditions. I certainly think we've had wonderful foliage conditions this year, and we're not quite done in southern New England. Whether you're in Providence or maybe heading down to the south coast, I highly suggest a little foliage drive. Over the next 7 days, again, we're going to stay really dry. We're going to stay sunny, but there you go. And notice how we go into the weekend and all of a sudden we drop to the 50s. That's the area of low pressure I just told you about. That's not powerful enough for rain, but it is powerful enough to change our air mass and make it a lot cooler and remaining dry. We back up to the 70s, or low 70s anyway, by the end of next week. A bit of a roller coaster when it comes to our temperatures. A little something for everyone except for those of you who are looking for the rain.
Let's go sweater shopping soon.
That sounds great.
Yes.
It's a date.
Okay.